Mr. McDermott, I want to tell you a quick story about my experience in my community. So I come from a city called Parkland. I graduated Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. And in 2018, I was on the House floor at the time, and my wife texted me, and she said, I just drove past Marjory Stoneman Douglas, and I've never seen that many police in my lifetime. I wound up turning on the news and finding out that a troubled young man had walked into Marjory Stoneman Douglas and killed 17 people. A kid that the school board knew was a problem and didn't do anything about, had given him chance after chance after chance. Police had been to his house. The FBI had gotten hits on him, didn't follow up. This has resulted in lawsuits and settlements. But he walked into that school and he killed 17 people. He walked right past the security monitor, a person on a golf cart with a walkie-talkie, saw him, okay, didn't radio. He went floor to floor. He started on the first floor, started killing people in the hallway. He never entered a classroom. He just put his gun up to the glass of every door and just fired through the little glass window that these classrooms had, killing all sorts of kids and adults. We had adults run into the building to try to help kids. They were killed as a result of this. And the guy they depended on, the students depended on, the SRO, right? Did he respond? He didn't. He stayed outside the building like a coward. He never went into the building. When the police department showed up, by the way, everyone was dead by the time they got there. But when the police department showed up, do you know what the SRO on scene told those police departments? Don't go in. He instructed, because he's the incident commander on scene, he instructed them not to go in. Two different police departments. Eventually, Coral Springs, the local police department, decided to go in. The sheriff of the Broward County Sheriff's Office, okay, was removed by Governor DeSantis over this. The superintendent lost his job in Broward County over this. And so, what did Florida do? Florida, Republican Florida, run by the House, Republicans in the House, in the Senate, Republican governor, now a U.S. senator, the whole Republican cabinet. The gunshine state, what did they do? Well, they passed the Marjory Stoneman Douglas School Safety Act. And you know what that did? It did a bunch of things. It raised the age to buy a gun to 21. Not possession. Parents could still buy their kids a gun, but it raised the age to buy a gun to 21. It instituted 3-day waiting periods, red flag laws. It also, by the way, created the Guardian program, which allowed non-classroom teachers to go through training. And as a result, there would be additional guns on school campus. Folks that went through training with the sheriff's office, they made it a local option so that counties could decide if they wanted to do that. By the way, almost every single county opted into the program, okay? And the program's been a success. It's actually been a success. It was a comprehensive bill. It did all things. It looked at the problem and said, what is the issue? We can't just wait for the police departments to get there, because sometimes by the time they get there, everyone's dead. Well, we can't just depend on the SRO, because sometimes these guys don't do the right thing. We also got to recognize that there are a lot of troubled people out there with mental health. So we put hundreds of millions of dollars into mental health. But we also wanted to make sure that young people, if they wanted to go hunting with their father or their parents, they could do that. Right? The dad could take them, or the mom could take them, could buy their gun. But we didn't want an 18-year-old walking into a gun store like this kid did and come out with an AR-15, unlimited ammunition, body armor. This guy, as the kids were fleeing out the building, tried to pick children off as they were running out of the building. You know why he didn't succeed? The hurricane glass. We got lucky. Hurricane glass, which was put in the building to stop hurricanes, actually stopped the trajectory of the bullets, took a lot of the speed out of the bullets away, so they just fell on the ground, didn't kill anyone. I would tell you that Florida is one of the most gun-friendly states in America. Has been for the longest time. Marion Hammer, the head of the NRA, was the main lobbyist there, right? Stand your ground, born and bred in Florida, okay? But I give my Republican colleagues credit. They saw what was happening. They saw an epidemic. And they don't want to take people's guns away. They're Second Amendment right advocates through and through, but they did the right thing because there is a balance. This idea that there is no balance, I reject, and Florida proved that absolutely wrong. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. I now yield my